Alright, this video I'm going to attempt to explain why I decided to teach martial arts online. Somebody sent me a message, basically discouraging me from doing so, talking about his own personal experiences and also about what I used to say in the past. And I'm just going to give my reasonings so this person could come to understanding, also for the general public to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's kind of, in a way, opposing what I used to say, that martial arts shouldn't be just taught to just anybody. But I'm going to actually bring up a quote from Jackie Chan in the movie Karate Kid, which should have been titled Kung Fu Kid, but whatever. But anyway, in that movie he told Jaden Smith, he said, there's no such thing as bad students, there's only bad teachers. And in a way, if you look at it from that perspective, if I'm a good teacher, then the students should learn the right way. But if I'm not a good teacher, then the students aren't going to learn properly. And what I said in my earlier video is that there's already so much violence out there, meaning like there's already so many tutorials on martial arts from so many different people. If people don't learn from me, they're going to learn from somebody else. And chances are, whoever they're learning from, they're not going to really take the time out to teach them the spiritual components of the martial arts in which to, better their inner spirit and also help them develop mentally, also help them learn about meditation and how to decrease that competitiveness from within, decrease that ego, that pride, just the spiritual teachings. Chances are they're just going to be learn something out there and just do all the techniques, and that's just all they care about. My approach is putting different lessons out there from different areas of the whole totality of the martial arts. So meaning, yeah, I'm going to start creating some tutorials out there with technique, but there's also going to be some fitness tutorials. There's going to be some flexibility tutorials. There's going to be some cardio training tutorials. There's going to be videos of children doing challenges, fitness challenges. There's going to be videos of children, learning how to speak Chinese. There's going to be laughter in videos. There's going to be seriousness in videos. There's going to be videos where, where it gets emotional. There's going to be videos that talk about spirituality and meditation. There's going to be videos that might be speaking about current events. It's just going to be talking about various different things in life, so that people don't just come to my channel for just one thing, but they could see more of the bigger picture. Another thing is, it's not really for the money, because I found a way to make money without having to teach martial arts publicly, as far as the combative elements, directly. The children's videos in itself has supported me and my family more than enough. It's not the money aspect that's the motivation. It's more so of preserving the tradition, or building a legacy, or preserving the essential teachings of the martial arts that I don't want to just wither away. It's more so about that. And my original plan was to build up a school and have those preserved teachings for the school and only for the school in Chicago. But I'm going on being here for 10 years. I started teaching around the end of 2010. We're heading towards 2020. I've put in almost 10 years to try to build up the martial arts school. And so many people have come and gone. I've met so many great people, but I can't prevent people from moving. I live, the school's located in a very, it's in the middle of Chicago, and people are just constantly moving, and they're not stable. So I teach somebody for a year, they leave. Teach somebody for 2 years, they leave. Somebody 3 years, they leave. It's a repetitive cycle of teaching people and then them leaving. The only consistency that I have really are like my children. My oldest son is about to turn 14, so he's been with me for 14 years. And I got my father, and I got some students. The one that's been with me the longest is maybe about 5 years. And then the next person after that is about 3 years. And I just feel that I have so much more to share, that I'm not reaching my potential as a martial arts teacher. I'm finding fitness clients, and I'm very thankful for the fitness clients. And they're helping me stay afloat. And I have the martial arts kids class, which is a great class. But the martial art teaching, the meditative aspect, the mental aspect, the technique aspect, the deeper aspects of the martial arts, I have not really been teaching, because there's really not that many people to teach, not enough people. I'm not really getting that fulfillment. Yes, things could go wrong if I teach the wrong people. Yes, that could happen. But on the other side, things could go right. People's lives could be changed by what I have to teach in a positive way. Just like what's happening with my reviews on Google. I didn't look at those reviews for 10 years. And then I just happened to look at them yesterday, and it's just horrible. The destruction of my reputation, and just people tearing me down. And nobody was there to defend me, not even me. I pretty much acted as if I was dead, that I can't say anything back because I'm just not alive. And people are just tearing me away. And I trained for so long, so hard in the martial arts for so many years, that I just don't want to throw it away out of fear of negativity, or out of fear that the people that I teach will not use what they learn in the right way. I could look at it as, the people that I teach can use what they learn in a positive way, and they could save lives. They could save their own life. They could save the life of a loved one. Or that training could motivate them to become a better person. There's been people that did contact me that, hey, I gave up competition fighting because of you. Because of the video that you made, it made me stop fighting for competition. Thank you. I've received some nice messages, private emails. But once again, they're all private. It's not public. And then the people that don't like me get all the attention from Google and Yelp and Facebook and whatnot by just trashing on me. And it's not for the money, because I already have money. It's the fact that I've been training in something for so long, for over 28 years, and I refrained myself from competing. I never competed. I'm already pretty much beyond my youthful years. I'm already 37. I'm not even in my 20s. So my body's already like not at the peak that it used to be. So I refrained myself from competing already. I lived up to what I value in the martial arts as far as not competing with it in those ways. But as far as teaching it, I tried. And you can't tell me that I didn't try. I've tried it for about 10 years to try to keep it close-knit, behind closed doors, without letting it out to the public, to just anybody. I tried for 10 years, and my conclusion is that it's not working. So I have to go to another approach, and that next approach is to attempt to see if there is enough interest in the public to learn from it online, so then I can connect with students not just in America but also in Africa and Canada and France and different parts of the world. If I could find 10 students in America, 10 students in Canada, 10 students in France, that's 30 students online that I cannot get 30 students in here. And if there's an interest for people to learn from me, then I should be available to teach them. Because there's enough corruption in the martial arts out there. It's all over. People could go and learn from any competition fighter out there that they want to. Nearly every single competition fighter out there is willing to teach. But then, for me, I want to teach Kung Fu, I want to teach martial arts, I want to teach what's real according to my eyes, but then I'm not willing to teach. Like, where else is the student supposed to go if he doesn't have anybody else but the competition fighters to learn from? So I feel that I have to at least give the opportunity and to see what happens. If there is interest, if there is like a following, then I'm gonna go with it. If there's not enough interest, if I put out videos out there trying to teach some techniques, nobody even watches it, nobody cares, then I'm gonna stop. Then basically the conclusion is, I tried to do it privately behind closed doors within this traditional setting. It didn't work. I tried to teach on YouTube. That didn't work either. So now it's back to the drawing board, and then at that point it's just going to be continually try to locate students within the Chicagoland area that could come directly to the school and continue to teach the students that I do have, and then continue to teach my children. And then continually just not teaching the combative aspects online, but just basically keep doing what I was doing for up to this point. So it's pretty much like kind of like a test, an experiment to see what happens. And it's the same thing that happened with the kids class. Like, because of all the stuff that I went through in the past, I didn't want to put anybody in the videos other than myself, because I didn't want anybody else, especially children, to have to bear what I had to endure as far as how people were speaking of me, how they were treating me with all this negativity and bullying. So I didn't put anybody in any videos, and years went by, and the growth is very minimal. Although I was thankful to be back, but the growth was very minimal. You know, it wasn't anything to be excited about, you know, other than just to be able to just be there. And then I tested it out with the kids. I just put them in some videos, and then all of a sudden a lot of interest grew, And then from there, that success created so many opportunities for the school that were never there without taking that risk or without experimenting with that idea. So at this moment, it's an idea that I want to go through with and see how it goes, see how it turns out. If it turns out well, then I'll keep going forward. And at that point, I feed the lessons and gain their respect. It's all about respect. It's all about trust. If I gain the respect and trust of the student, then they could actually listen to me and learn in which to not use it for the wrong reasons. And once again, there's already guns everywhere. So the law of the states, the law of the federal government, they're concerned about who has guns and who doesn't, who has it legally, who has it illegally. Should they ban guns or should they distribute them? That's the talk of the town right there. It's not about, oh, who should learn martial arts and who shouldn't. We are too much technologically advanced for them to even think about these minor details with martial arts. I'm approaching this with good intentions, and that ultimately is what's most important. In addition, I have experience. I'm not 19 years old. I'm 37. You know, I spent my time as a former police officer. I've gotten my management bachelor's degree from Purdue University. I've attempted to build this school to success, the martial arts school to success, for 10 years. And at this time, I feel that I'm ready for the attempt to try to teach the martial arts the way that I feel that it should be taught, with the intention of not just necessarily just money, because like I said, the money's not the issue. The issue is the fact that you've trained in something for so long, you have so much that you want to share, but then there's not enough people there to learn. And I don't want the beauty and the spirit of the martial arts to just die without putting the effort to see if I can locate more quality and a bigger quantity of students that could carry on with the legacy and with the tradition. Because there is a certain beauty, there certainly is, for people that still practice Wing Chun. Even though the creator of it died like hundreds of years ago, there's still people out there that practice it. Not just in China, but in America, in Germany, in Canada, and just countries all over the world. There's still people that practice that form. And there's a person in America that knows that form, and then there's a person in China that knows that form. It's the beauty that there's so many people that are still connected through that style, that system, that art. Without that, there might not even have been a Bruce Lee. Without that, there probably wouldn't have been a Yip Man. Without that, there probably wouldn't have been any of the Yip Man movies with Donnie Yen. Without that, there probably would be even less martial artists that promote the Chinese culture. So you know, you can't allow fear to hinder you from growing. I've already allowed it to limit me to this point, and I just want to experiment to see if it's meant for me to go further to teach online. If it's not meant to be, then it's not going to happen. I'm not going to get the response. I put the videos out there and people just be like, oh, whatever, I don't care. And then nobody pays attention to it. Then it speaks for itself. Hey, I'm not going to do those videos anymore, because nobody cares anyway. But if there is a good response and there is an appreciation, then I want to be in a position where I have a stronger voice than what I do have, where I can reach out to people in ways of which I'm not able to at this moment, because I just don't have enough support, or I don't have enough respect. Because when people are looking at my reviews on Google and they see like a 1-star review, or they see a review on Yelp and they see a 1-star review, nobody wants to come train. Nobody wants to listen to me, because they see that I'm worthless, because they see that this person has only got 1 star. Who cares about him? So my only thing was, hey, you know, trying to connect with people that support me to see if they could bring my rating up. And when it comes to these teachings, if there's not enough people out there that want to learn, then I won't teach. I'll just keep it within my family and within the few students that are here, and still be here for incoming students as well. But I'll just see it as, hey, you know, that's just what it is. You know, the serious side of the martial arts is not meant for me, or at least not meant for me to teach. Maybe it's just meant for somebody else. And then I'll just stick to the personal training and these fun kids classes, and just live a very peaceful, private life. Just keep working my hardest to try to keep this business alive. If it doesn't make financial sense anymore, then I might have to either change locations or figure out something else. You know, because there's no sense in having a school where you gotta pay like $2,000 a month for rent, and then you only got 2 students who are paying like $50 each. And then, you know, you got $100 coming in from the students, but then you got $2,000 rent to pay, and then you got a light bill, you got a gas bill, you got a, you know, all these other expenses. You know, it comes a time where you just like, you know what, it's not working. You gotta get out. And you know, I'm thankful for where I'm at. I'm thankful for the opportunities that YouTube has created. I'm thankful for the popularity of the kids' classes. But the essence of what I have to teach is not getting recognized. And my thing is trying to see, is there people out there that really want to learn what I have to share? If there isn't, then there's nothing I can do about it. That's just what it is. the art will die with a smaller amount of people that are going to be capable of carrying it on. But if there is a bigger appreciation for what I have to share, and more people can learn from what I have to teach, then it increases the population of the people learning, and it increases the chances of the art surviving for not just years, but for decades. And that's basically what it's about. It's not about the money at this point. Because I'm not asking for the people online to pay me money. I'm just basically testing to see if there's enough people out there that actually want to learn. And it's definitely worth a try. And then we'll see what happens. So I'm going to leave it at that. I've seen more reviews come through, more people have left reviews, positive reviews, 5-star reviews. So if you can, click below, visit my Google page, click on reviews, and please leave a favorable review. And if you could visit the other websites down there as well, that'd be greatly appreciated. You know, I'm really thankful for the people that support. And without the people out there that support, without the encouragement, without the appreciation, it's like there's no point in even being here, honestly. You know, as far as my social media presence. So it's the people that show appreciation and support that makes me want to put myself out there to the public like the way that I'm doing. So I'm very thankful for everybody out there, you know, and I want to give back. And my way of giving back is by teaching what you want to learn, you know, and that's it, you know. Once again, thank you. If you can, subscribe, and once again, if you can, leave some good reviews for me. Take care.